Hello, GC Achieve students. I am so glad to get to visit with you during mentoring today. As you are all aware, October is National Anti-Bullying Prevention Month, and so we are going to talk about a topic today called cyberbullying. I want to start by sharing with you what exactly cyberbullying is. It is a type of bullying, and remember, bullying is any intentional act towards somebody that is repeated, and it is done on purpose repeatedly. Cyberbullying is when we talk about using electronic technology. And I've shared with you some of the different ways that cyberbullying takes place. It can happen on a laptop or a desktop computer. It can happen on your iPad, your school-issued iPad or your own personal iPad. Probably one of the most common methods is through your cell phone. And you guys have a wide range of apps that you use, and those change quickly. There's always something new coming out, but maybe through your Snapchat or your YouTube, Twitter. And so all of those platforms are ways where cyberbullying is happening. I want to share some facts with you here. The first one is 22.5% of online bullying is done through mean comments. 35% of people have shared a screenshot or photo just to laugh at them. 61% of bullying reported by you teens say it was because of the way people look. 41% of U.S. adults, so possibly your teachers, staff here, using the internet have been harassed online. And 7 in 10 young people your age experience cyberbullying before the age of 18. These are some cyberbullying terms, and some of these may be ones that you've heard before, but some of them may be new. So I'm just going to read through those real quick, and then I'm going to share a handout with you. So the first type of cyberbullying that we might talk about is exclusion, trolling, harassment, dissing, catfishing, trickery, outing, cyberstalking, fake profiles, and fraping. And there is a short video here through YouTube that we're going to share, and we're going to take some time here to watch that. So I'm going to take a break from this video. We're going to watch this YouTube, and it's going to explain these 10 types of cyberbullying to you. Okay, now that we've looked at the 10 types of cyberbullying, I want to give you guys some tips. And I know there is a lot of maybe peer pressure. You see a post online, or you see a post, somebody sends you a text. And so we're going to talk about some different ways that you can handle that. You are all going to get a copy of this handout, and so I'm not going to read specifically word for word, but I just want to make sure you guys are aware there are 10 things that you guys can do. The very first thing is important to do is to report it. That's step 1. Save the evidence. Take a screenshot. Even if it's on Snapchat and you know it's going to go away, take that screenshot. Report it to the app or the game or the site. Talk to a trusted adult. I would highly recommend your parents to start with. If you're not at home, that could be Mr. Sullivan or myself or one of your teachers or a staff member. Demonstrate care. Show the person that's being cyberbullying that they're not alone, and help encourage them. Don't join in with the bullying. Work together. Try to keep your friends from continuing the cyberbullying. Stand up. Be a bystander and tell people to stop. Don't encourage it, like I just mentioned. Stay safe. Don't put yourself out there. And don't give up. You need to continue to trust those adults that you go to, and together we can hopefully help stop cyberbullying. So again, you guys are all going to get a handout of this, and I'd really like to encourage you to take it home and share it with your parents. All right, this next video we're going to watch, with the coronavirus going on the last couple of years, I thought this was it's a very good video. It basically explains how cyberbullying is like a virus, and how one person may get that virus and then it continues to spread, and it can lead to some awful things. So we're going to take just a few minutes here and watch this video. Now that we've watched that video, I just want to make sure that you guys understand the very first thing, if you ever see anything online, cyberbullying, the very first thing, and we just talked about that as one of the tips, is to report it. It's your guys' job as a friend, as a classmate is to report that. Report it to the teacher in the classroom, report it to myself, come to the counselor's office, go see Mr. Sullivan, the principal, but report it. Don't help spread that virus. You guys, that's the worst thing you can do, is to make a comment, to share it, to screenshot it and send it on to somebody else. So do not help in the spreading of the virus. If you know somebody that is being cyberbullied, support them. Like I said, please report it. We don't want anybody to get to the point where they are starting to feel suicidal because of something that happened on the internet or some type of cyberbullying. I also wanted to visit a little bit about the Pink Day that they talked about in the video. We are actually going to get to do that in the month of October here. You guys are going to get to wear pink in support of cyberbullying. So next we're going to talk about cyberbullying and suicide. I wanted to share with you a study that was done, and there were 2,000 middle school students that were surveyed, and more than 2,000 middle school students revealed that cyberbullying victims were nearly twice as likely to attempt suicide compared to students not targeted with online abuse. So you guys, that's very alarming to me. If one of you has been cyberbullied and you are twice as likely to think about committing suicide, that is concerning. So our schools work together with the bully, the victim, and the bystanders, and there is a new discipline out there called Method of Shared Concern. And why I want to share this with you guys is it's really important that you understand there might be times that you are the victim. There might be times you guys are the bystander. Hopefully you're not the bully, but if you are, understand that part of that discipline is going to be working with those three parts of it and examining the conflict and trying to come up with a solution. You know, it's not going to do us any good if we just continually discipline the bully and kick him out of school. You know, we console the victim and then we move on. It needs to be, it's kind of like a work in progress, and working on that conflict. You know, how did it start? Why is it happening? What do we need to do to stop it? The other thing on this slide I want to make sure you guys are aware of is we've shared already this year the 988 Suicide Crisis Lifeline. That is now working in Kansas. So just like the 911, if you are in a mental health crisis, you can dial 988, just like you do the emergency line. Okay, these next two charts, I'm just going to share them briefly with you guys because I thought it was really interesting for you to see. This is a study that was done. And let me get to mine here real quick so I can see it. Basically what this is the principals that have reported cyberbullying, and you can see the blue are from 2010 and the yellow are from 2016. Now this is through our U.S. Department of Education, and so this is the most recent that we have available at this point. But I think it's interesting that you can see from 2010 to 2016, those that were reported on a daily or weekly basis goes clear from 12.0 all the way up to occasionally being reported up to 54%. What's really interesting is cyberbullying that's never been reported actually went down. So in 2010, 37.7 was never reported, and now it is lower, and I think that's probably because we have more education. And teachers and staff are talking with students. The other thing, and this is something that maybe our STUCO needs to work with the building leadership team on, but I thought this was really interesting. And not that I want you guys to run out there and say, oh, Mr. Sullivan, we need to change our policy. But what's really interesting is here, principals that reported daily, weekly cyberbullying when cell phones were allowed is actually lower than places or schools where cell phones are prohibited. And so as a group, I would just like you to visit a little bit. Why do you think that is? Why do you think there's less cyberbullying in schools where cell phones are allowed compared to where cell phones are prohibited. So we're going to take just a few minutes, have a little bit of discussion, and then we'll come back and talk about that. Okay, great discussion. Now I want to move on and talk to you guys about cyberbullying laws. As a school, we are mandated by the state to have bullying prevention policies in place. And our school board does have a policy, and every year we talk about bullying prevention, and October is a big month. We do that throughout the year, but October is even more because of Bullying Prevention Month. And so just keep in mind that those laws include electronic forms like we talked about at the beginning, including cyberbullying. The other thing I want to make sure you guys are aware of as students is GC Achieve can handle cyberbullying both on and off campus. So if you have a great weekend and all of a sudden there's all this cyberbullying going on, and maybe somebody took some inappropriate pictures, or there was a mean streak going or something, and it comes into the school day and disrupts our school day, GCA can discipline students for that bullying behavior, even if it started off campus. One thing I also want to warn you guys, and hopefully it hasn't ever affected you or any of your friends, but we also involve our SROs and our local law enforcement, especially where it becomes a line of something that is illegal. And we have several years ago, we had some incidents where there were inappropriate pictures shared, and it was a big old scandal here in Finney County. And so obviously the police department and the SROs had to get involved there. So just be aware of that cyberbullying, it does affect kids. It affects them here at school, and they can be disciplined for it, even if it didn't start here. So I want to share with you guys just real quick a copy of our district bullying plan. Staff just updated this summer. And the interesting thing about our new bullying plan that the district has adopted, now keep in mind, this is bullying district-wide, not just cyberbullying, but all types of bullying. It includes students, staff, or parents. So we see sometimes maybe mean things out there on social media from parents, and that is a form of bullying. So I want to make sure you guys understand that the students, staff, and parents are all involved in this policy. And the policy just goes through to explain what exactly is bullying, and by law we have to have these policies in place. And then it goes on to even more, what to do as far as if you are bullied or if you are a bystander and see it. And so the main thing I want you guys as students to be aware of is if you see it, report it to a trusted adult. If you are the one being bullied, please come and talk to a trusted adult. Mr. Sullivan and I, either one, would be happy to help you. If you feel more comfortable with a staff member, please go visit with them. Okay, but I want you to be aware of the way we handle bullying policies, and has to do with our district policy, but also the state laws that we're required to by the state. The other thing is there's going to be a new bullying reporting form that you guys will be seeing if you are have dealt with bullying at all, and the district is in the process of updating that. So hopefully this has helped you understand a little bit more about cyberbullying in particular, but it also helps you understand a little bit more about why we do things here at GC Achieve the way we do, and how we handle bullying situations. So here's a list of my references I used for those videos we watched, and for the policies that we looked at. So at this time, I want to thank you for letting me visit with you guys, and I will take any questions you have. If you don't feel comfortable asking something out here in front of everybody, stop by my office, send a request to see me, and I will definitely be happy to answer any questions. Thank you.